Waking Up with Whitney, K103, and Jimmy Carter update this morning. And we're going to kick it off with some Wynonna news.
Yeah, Wynonna tonight on NBC at 7 o'clock Central, 2-hour special, Christmas at the Opry. Kelly Clarkson will be with her, Brenda Lee, Trace Adkins, Lauren Elena, a lot of people on that special. So again, it's tonight at 7 o'clock Central Time, Christmas at the Grand Ole Opry. Now, looking ahead to another TV show coming up at the end of the month, on Sunday night, December 31st, they've added Old Dominion, so they're going to be on there singing a few songs on that Sunday night. They'll be at the place called Brooklyn Bowl. Well, actually, there's all kinds of locations for that show. There will be multiple locations. So if you're going to go, you'll need to get more in the weeds about it, because if you go to one place, you may have wanted to be somewhere else because that group you wanted to see was there. So Stay tuned. Taylor Swift, Time's Person of the Year. Yeah, I mean, they've never picked an entertainer for Person of the Year.
Oh, really?
And deserved. I mean, she took over the world in this last year, and no doubt about that. Kenny Chesney wrote her a nice kind of a public love letter on Instagram, saying that, you know, when you were 17, we had you booked to come out on tour with us, and you had it. You had that it factor, and then we found out you couldn't go because you weren't 18, and we were being sponsored by a beer company, so they couldn't have, you know, someone who's a minor out there opening for them. So she was devastated by it and really put her in a trick, and then said on her birthday, which came up pretty soon after she was rejected there, she said Kenny wrote her a note and gave her a check for more money than she'd ever seen in her life. She said, I was able to pay my band bonuses. I was able to pay for my tour buses. I was able to fuel my dreams.
Oh, wow.
So Kenny Chesney came in there and saved the day. So good for him.
Yeah.
Good for you, Kenny.
No doubt.
He's one of the sweet guys. And Taylor, a complex person. I just hope she can, as Jimmy Buffett used to say, keep it between the two navigational beacons, because, you know, it's a lot of pressure being a star. And you read about it in the current edition of Billboard magazine. Go to Billboard.com if you are a big Morgan Wallen fan. They did a really long sit-down interview. And he talks about, you know, I mean, everything about how he's trying to protect his voice more because it almost went out again on something. That he's cut out liquor, you know, big party nights and stuff on the road, and he's maturing is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
But he loves that hunting, loves to camo up, loves to face paint and all that stuff and go out in the woods. I guess that's how he keeps his sanity, you know, beside all these people screaming at him and all that.
Right. Did he talk about why he shaved his head?
No, he didn't go in that. I think he would have if the reporter had asked the question.
Yeah.
But he just talked about how he changed his life up a lot. You know, particularly after the stint in rehab and just the whole thing. He had some big ups and downs, and he thinks some people are never going to forgive him. But he said that's all right too.
Jimmy, quick question: do you have a real or a fake Christmas tree?
Been in the fake business for quite a while. The real stuff is great, and I know it helps people's businesses.
Yeah.
But they get old and they get dangerous, and so we went with a pretty expensive, I think about second one probably, expensive fake tree. Because I don't want one that looks real fake. They've got them looking pretty good these days.
They do. And do you just have one tree, or do you have more than one tree?
A bunch of little bitty things around, but mostly one big tree for the presents, yeah.
Okay, Jimmy, have a great Thursday. We'll chat with you in the morning.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that is your Jimmy Carter update. It's Whitney in the morning on K103.